What's goody? What's up? What's up? You got the video? Mm-hmm. Yo, what up, y'all? Y'all tuning into Girl Talk tonight. What up? What up? Welcome to Girl Talk. How y'all doing out there? Today we're gonna have Keesa on. This is a laid-back day. We're gonna be chilling. We just girl talking. Remember that if you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, you can always write in the question box. If it's a immediate comment, write it in bold. Like make it all capital so I can see it. What's up, y'all? What y'all drinking on? It's Girl Talk. I even got the hookah today. Like, what's up? Talk to me. How y'all doing? What's going on out there? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're having Keesa on. We're going to just be talking about love, relationships, sex. Whatever y'all want to talk about, we talking about it. Anything. Like, thank you. Let's just shout out to She Shirts. You know, we here. Rest in peace to Black Panther. I had to wear my shirt today. Yes, hookah vibes. Like, we chilling. We is chilling today. My girl Keesa. Let me let her come. Here we go. How y'all feeling? What y'all drinking on? What's up, Keesa?
Hey, okay. Is your orientation off? Like, am I sideways?
Yes.
Ah, damn. All right.
She.
My setup is not gonna work because yikes.
What you did? You gonna have to hold it?
I hope not.
Hey y'all, what y'all drinking on while Keesa's getting it all fixed out? We're gonna still be talking. How y'all doing? What up? What's up? Oh, you straight now.
Yeah, but it's gonna fall off. The thing doesn't go all the way up. Damn, I might have to use my cell phone.
Sideways vibe.
Oh my God. I'm so frustrated. You know, I was practicing and everything.
I know. I see your background looking all pretty.
Oh, all right. I might
Welcome, y'all. Welcome to Girl Talk.
It's what it is. It is what it is.
Your arm gonna get tired.
Okay. Well.
Can you lean it against something?
It's okay. I'll be all right. I'll figure it out. We gonna be all right.
Okay, Keesa, welcome to Girl Talk. Thank you for coming on with me today.
I'm so happy to join. We always have wonderful conversations about this kind of thing, and so
right. So today we're just gonna let it flow, guys. We're letting it flow today. It's kind of like freestyle. If anybody have any questions or want to make an input, just put it in the question box to the right of you. I think I have a question already. Yeah. No. Come on. You can, if you write it in bold, I'll see it faster. If I know that it's a question, write it in bold. But some of the questions we're going to wait to after. If it's a certain subject that we're talking about, I'm not gonna see it because it's gonna be at the bottom. So write it in bold if it has something to do with what we're talking about at the moment, or if it's a question that you want to ask, you can save it for the end and write it in the question box. Are we having our little drinky drinks?
I got my wine and everything, but now I'm so annoyed. All right, let me try this thing.
It's all good. Shout out to Desi. Shout out Random. Go check him out. He makes pretty cool shirts. Friends, yeah, write it in bold. Like something so I can know so that I can see it. Because sometimes while we're talking, sometimes you guys be talking to each other. Y'all know what I mean. You always want to fix it, capitalize, bold, make it so that I can see it. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Love Sherry, Miss Cam, Blair. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all for tuning in today. Shout out to y'all for having patience right now. I love it.
I know.
I love it.
I'm so you know how upset this makes me, right? Because I'm like,
Don't be upset. It's okay.
But I found this like handstand thing that I have.
We good. While you fixing it, I'm gonna be talking. Let me tell y'all how my day started off today. I'm at work, right? And I gotta take the elevator to the floor mat. If somebody comes to me and goes, Wilcox, Blue Lives Matters, do you want to start a march? And I'm like, what? I said, please, bro, it's like way too early for this. Like, how do you guys respond to ignorant things without getting like too mad? He's just fixing her stuff right now.
I'm struggling. So you know what? Forget it. I'm it's fine.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay, Keesa, welcome.
Thank you.
I wouldn't even be quiet, but yes, welcome. Thank you for coming on Girl Talk. It's all good. We're gonna start off with, since 2020, has your 2020 vision changed?
Woo. Okay, so I always try to think of my year in like a theme.
Okay.
You know? So like last year was more so focused on peace. You know, this year it was more so focused on patience. I'm a very impatient person. I feel like that probably resonates with the
Sag. Okay.
And presence, right? So like trying to be like present in the things that I'm doing.
Okay.
Do things that I care about, do things that give me a hearty yes when I want to do them. So when it comes to being patient, I think this year has definitely taught me a lot of patience, right? We have to really sit still, sit with our feelings, sit with our emotions, sit with the things that are happening around us and find ways to manage that. And so in some ways, the patient side of things got fast tracked. And I feel like I haven't been as present in a lot of the relationships that I felt like I wanted to be more present in or to do more, mainly because of what's happened. So it's fast tracked in some ways and sort of didn't quite happen the way I wanted.
Right. Because this was kind of, everything was kind of unexpected.
Right.
So some vision boards may have changed.
Right.
Because of the way things were going.
Right.
Totally understandable. Guys, since quarantine, do you think that online dating is becoming more popular? Like, what are people doing to date? Like, during quarantine, you're single. Do you think that online dating has become more popular?
So I'm a part of a young Black professional group in Boston. We have a bunch of smaller groups. One of the groups we have is about like relationships. We call it the Conversation Cafe. And so hearing folks throughout this time, talking to them about what's going on now during quarantine, a lot of them are like, you still find ways to date, social distance dating, right? So now, you know how guys be like trying to be cheap? Y'all have all the cheap ways to hang out now. Like go in a park, go, you know, I don't know, get some ice cream or something.
Right. So now we have to find ways to go on dates. We got to be creative with it, basically.
Yeah. All the things women have been asking for.
Right.
Like me, figure out what I like, take me on a date.
Right.
Something I might like, something outdoors, something fun, something adventurous, if that's my style, you know, figure it out. So now y'all got a lot of options.
Right.
Well, not as, you know, y'all got enough options.
Right. So most of you guys, I'm sorry, Keesa. So I'm seeing that most of you guys threw your vision boards away. Like it just didn't work out. So was there other ways that you guys, is there other things that you guys did that y'all wanted to do? Like maybe that wasn't on your vision boards. Keesa, you
I know.
Keesa, I think you
my
might need a
goodness.
stand.
Okay. All right.
Is it really making y'all dizzy? Or y'all
if
getting
it is,
dramatic?
it might be. You know what? Let me see if it will work if I do this thing. Oh, I am so annoyed, y'all. Y'all don't.
Do you have a pillow?
That's what I'm trying to do now. Just prop it on this thing.
Y'all leave her alone. This is her first time. It's hard up here. We live. This is live. Welcome to Girl Talk, everybody. I see some new faces. Welcome. You know, while she's doing that, I'm gonna get into this picture that I took the other day. Are you good?
It's okay. Can you guys hear me though? Because I'm not as
Yes, I can hear you. Can you guys hear her? Put a thumbs up for me, please. Yeah. I guess they can hear you. They can hear you. I can hear you.
All right, no more movement. I can.
Right.
I'm a hand talker, so I'm like, oh yeah, all
right. So you shaking it.
Yeah. No, I got it.
Welcome. So you said okay. So guys now have to be more creative. Yesterday, funny, I was talking to my girlfriend about relationships, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, most things start out with talking, and from talking, you know, relationship, marriage, right? So, is there a difference between talking and being in a relationship?
Yeah, talking is dating. Like if you're okay, you have to decide what you're. To me, this is what I think.
Okay, yeah, it's opinion.
What is your goal in dating or meeting people? Some people's goal is I just want someone to have sex with. Some people's goal is I just want a friend that is a little bit more than a friend. Some people are like, you know, I want to be married and I want to date with intention and I want to be married. Or some people are like, you know what, maybe I don't want to be married, but I want a relationship. I want a partner.
Okay, so if you're talking to get into a relationship, I'm trying to say, to be exact. So there is a difference between talking and being in a relationship.
Yes, I think it's the dating period. You're getting to know somebody. First of all, like you need a period of time to even see if you're compatible with somebody. I don't understand. I really, you know, there are these rules like 90 days, a guy should really know if he wants to date you. I might be, that is an unpopular opinion. Like, whatever. I don't believe in that. I feel like it takes you as much time as you feel like it makes sense to understand if this is somebody you want to be with for a while, especially as we're older. Like I'm in my 30s. I'm like, I'm likely not dating, trying to be like, oh, you're going to be boyfriend number 6. And then there's boyfriend number 7 and there's boyfriend number 8. Like, no, like I want, you know, so for me, the path to get in a relationship might be longer. It might be shorter for younger people, but for me, like you want to take a little bit of time. In my current relationship, we took almost a year or a little over a year.
Okay, so when in dating, are you allowed to like date other people when you're talking? Like, can you talk to other people?
Yes, but you have to be fair, right? So here's the thing. If you're going to be the type of person who does not like that the other person is dating other people, and you're going to try to control that sense of the relationship if you should find out, then maybe you might want to talk about dating exclusively, right?
Okay.
But that's a conversation, and then you have to create a boundary. Do you want to date exclusively while you're dating? Maybe not. And if that person says that's what I want, then you'd be like, okay, maybe this is not for us.
For you. Right.
Maybe you might be the kind of person who's like, I want to, we both can do this. I mean, we're both comfortable with that. Then y'all had a conversation and that's what y'all both comfortable with. And nobody should be getting mad at each other because that's the agreement, right? We're dating, we're trying to see other people. But people don't talk through that, right? People make assumptions that other people are dating. Some people date exclusively. We dated exclusively for a period of that year, for instance, with my partner. So like, or my boyfriend. So like, it just depends.
Right. So, and we're dating exclusively, right? That's still not a relationship. So, is it kind of like the same thing?
No. So exclusivity usually typically means we're just dating each other, figuring out if our relationship is what you want. Now that might sound nuts to some people. Whatever judgment you have, that's totally fine. But I feel like being older, having experienced relationships.
I think everybody in this chat is basically around the same age. Okay. So we're talking about 30s and up. We're not talking about like 20s. Yeah, that's completely different.
Right. So being older or being where I'm at now and having experienced relationships where I had the mindset of if we like each other and, you know, we are morally on the same page and whatever, you know, some of the check boxes that we typically think about when we're dating people. I've had experiences where things didn't show up until much later, right? So for me, for instance, or one of the things I'm looking for, I want a hard time to come, whether that's, I just want to experience something where
while you're dating or while you're in a relationship?
Dating, yeah.
Okay. Because to see how that person reacts to things like that, like negative things, like what do you do when something sad or something happens?
Right.
Exactly. Okay.
So I wanted to see what would that look like if something happened. I didn't want to get in a relationship, something happens, and I'm like, a boundaries crossed, big red flag, and I'm like, those things can happen anyway, but I feel like the vetting for me for a longer period made more sense.
Okay.
But we wanted to do that vetting exclusively.
Okay. I get that. So a relationship to marriage, is there a big difference? Are we supposed to do about the same things in both of these?
Ooh, so marriage for me, now you start to bring in conversations about like, I don't know.
Money
maybe.
Same accounts type of thing?
Maybe, but I have unconventional feelings about marriage because I feel like, you know, for some people it's like doing it in front of the Lord. I'm not a super Christian. So, you know, like it's a commitment you're making in front of the Lord. That's a part of your religion. It's a part of like doing it in front of your family. It means a lot culturally to some people. Right. But personally, like, I don't have any great ties to anything cultural or religious about marriage. So I don't feel like it would be a lot different for me, but it may be a lot different for other people.
Okay, so I see people saying money. So the main difference between a relationship and being married may be the money, like the biggest thing.
Yeah, maybe, you know, merging those things or talking about them more.
Right.
You know, I think most people
knowing how much each other make and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Okay, nice. Everybody, welcome to Girl Talk. I'm here with my girl Keesa. Today we're just chilling, we're relaxing. I hope you guys got a drink. Smoke some hookah, Keesa, are you drinking anything?
I am. I have some wine here, which I spilled right before listen.
True. You're Sagittarius for real.
Helps, but this time preparation did not help me. It worked against me, and I don't know. I should have just winged it.
Do you think most people, are you like an astrology kind of girl? Like, do you read astrologies and stuff like that?
I am into it. I don't like read the horoscope every day or anything like that.
Yeah, no, but so my question would be, do you think most times when people act a certain type of way in a relationship, you tie their sign to it? Like, oh, that's how Cancers act. Oh, that's how Sagittarius act. Because I feel like with Sagittarius is, most people be like, oh, you're Sag. Oh, you did this. Or, oh, I know you.
Oh yeah, no, not in relationships, but I do. Okay, so I did, for instance, like check birth charts, and I will read it just for context, right? But it doesn't necessarily. I don't like use it as ammunition in an argument or talk about it during a relationship. But I definitely keep tabs. So if I meet certain kinds of people and I learn their birthday and I'm like, oh yeah.
Are there any signs that you would not date? Are there any signs that you guys would not date?
Gemini, never again.
Geminis, no.
Remember that rule I said where I don't really use signs to judge whether I would talk to somebody? No, Gemini, I don't even care how stupid you think it is. Like, just leave me alone. Nope, not.
I see people saying Cancers, Leos, Scorpios. For me, it would be Geminis and maybe Cancers. Too emotional. Virgos, Capricorn. It's a whole. It's the
whole horoscope. We all cancel.
Right. I guess it depends on what your horoscope is.
Right.
Danielle, I think somebody's about to come for you about that Capricorn thing. What'd you say, Keesa? I'm sorry.
It's about compatibility because right. People have this thing where they like say signs are good or bad, and then you'll find, let's say for instance, you'll find a Cancer who loves Virgos, right? Because they're both really good. Well, actually, Khadijah's saying she don't like Virgos. That's so funny because a lot of Cancers I know love Virgos for some reason, for whatever reason that is. Shade to Virgos, but anyways, and so like. But I might not like them, and Cancers like them. But that's because, Cancers might like the sensibilities that Virgos have, right?
Right.
Or Cancer, because they're really sensitive. They like people who are very sensitive. And like Sagittarius are a little callous. We can be a little rude. We can be unattached a little bit. We like our space. So that doesn't feel good to Cancers who love like to be up under people. So it's all like, it's all like, compatibility. Aquariuses might really like eclectic Capricorn, whatever, like people are going to gravitate to maybe what they're lacking from their sign or what they really appreciate about their sign. And if their sign doesn't have that, like Sagittarius, we could be very big and we might really, I don't know, do you like Leos? I like Leos. And I
like Leos. The men or women? There's a difference.
I like both of them. I like the men and women.
They could be. I think Leos sometimes try to take too much control, and I'm like, relax. Like,
oh, see, I like a little control sometimes. So
right.
I guess.
See, I had a question. Somebody said, "How do we feel about prenups?" I'm looking at my question box. Prenups. I guess it depends on who. I mean, if he has the money, I don't want no prenup.
Okay, I don't understand prenups per se. And the reason why I don't understand prenups per se is, I guess it depends on the length of the prenup. So like, for instance, if it's like we divorce within 2 years or, something like that, something short, decide to not stay married, decide for separation really quickly. But honestly, if I think there's a prenup in a relationship that's past like 5 or 6 years, it doesn't make sense to me because a lot of what you're capable of doing, especially if you have children, is very much dependent on the support of your partner. So it doesn't make sense to me that, they would have supported you in gathering, getting more income or whatever and like helped you up and that like they can't get any money. Though I don't know enough about prenups. Maybe there's some clause that says don't touch any money that I made before you.
Right. I think that's some of them are like that.
I mean, the people who I hear talk about prenups the most are broke, so I don't even know why you want one anyway.
When you said, Keesa, where are your toys? I'm done. Whitney, can we save some stuff for the end? I guess these girls want to know how to please themselves. Some people ain't being pleased right now. It's quarantine. People are by themselves.
Okay, so it's so funny you say that because I saw a tweet the other day. This girl put her friend's Amazon purchase of a dildo on Twitter talking about, I can't believe my friend bought this mandingo on Amazon or whatever. And I'm like, first of all, your friend is a queen. She decided that a dildo was the best thing in this quarantine instead of sneaking some dick and probably getting like sick. And you're out here exposing her purchase. I would have blocked her from my Amazon so fast. I was like, what kind of friend is this? I was so,
You was mad?
I was mad. It's clear I was mad. But she said she
I'm done. Welcome everybody. Welcome to Girl Talk. We're just talking, we're chilling. Questions, comments, right at the bottom. Some of them we're gonna say for last. Danielle said COVID dick, right? Like, nah. Right, so like that's kind of weird to me. Like, are like, so if you
No, you know what's happening in COVID?
What?
Kind of like what you would do if you decided to go around with a guy, right? Like both of y'all got to get tested. I feel like
right.
You'd have to both go get tested, get one of the 24-hour tests, pay the $40 for it, and be like, sure, both of y'all are negative. But then even then, would you have to keep tabs on them so they
right,
don't...
because they're going outside.
Yeah,
so where are you going? Unless we stuck in a house together.
I'm glad that's not my ministry this time.
These girls want to see toys. Guys, it's just the beginning.
I didn't even bring any downstairs, so y'all...
You can go upstairs and get them. You already took up... now I need a 3-5 test module. Right. In relationships, when do you think people mostly become themselves? I feel like at first we're all like pretending.
Oh, you're breaking up for me. Is that my internet? Can you guys see me? Shani?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Oh, now I can. Yes.
Hello?
Oh, breaking up a little more now.
What? What?
Is that me or Sha? I can't. I'm just hearing it sound like you're typing on a Oh no. Hey. Oh no. Is it like, can you guys hear me though? Can they hear me? Oh my gosh. I can go get that while she gets together. You can start a new live and then I'll re-ask to join. I don't know. Oh, okay. You know what? That's right. I needed to Jill Scott this and I completely failed the test.
Oh, I can hear you.
I can hear you now. Yay! Dang,
I don't know what just happened.
I did not hold it down for us. I'm
Keesa,
so sorry.
Can you please go upstairs and get some toys? Because these girls want to know. So we're gonna just jump. We're gonna pass all these cards and we're gonna give the people what they want. So, all right, I have a question since y'all want to talk about sex. So, do y'all want to talk about sex right now? Raise your hands. And toys. If that's what y'all want to talk about, let me know, because I'm here for the people. Whatever the people want, welcome to Girl Talk. I'm here to entertain.
Uh-huh.
All right, I'm talking about people around our age. I have a friend.
Mm-hmm.
She's about 30, 29, 30.
Mm-hmm.
She has never came before.
I have a friend too. Yeah, it's not.
So, what do we tell people like this? Like, so everybody, have y'all came before, or is there still some people who has not come?
Here's the thing, though, Shaw. Here's the thing. I don't judge any woman who hasn't haven't come before, because I feel like there's. Can y'all hear me? I feel like there's a lot of stigma around sex for women, and it stops us from communicating what we like where he says sorry to hear that. So even if a guy's like, wait, I'm sorry. It's Shaw again. Okay. Let me finish what I was saying. Let me keep going. But so even if it's like if a guy's there, we're not talking about it. We have perceptions about what we should be doing in bed. Like, should we be, you know, we a lot of our bedroom habits and conversations are focused on about sex. And for me, I would tell them they need to take a night with themselves, right? Whether it's a finger, a vibrator, like figure out, even if it's a dildo, figure out what are the rhythms, what is the thing you need to feel good and for you to make yourself come. So you understand like what you like, what it feels like, what's the stimulation, what's the speed, the pace, whatever. Like you have to take some time with yourself to figure that out. But then the next thing is dropping any stigma about telling a guy what you want. One thing I really loved about Insecure, I don't know if you remember the episode with the TSA guy, but the really nice thing that I liked was she was like, this doesn't feel good. Let's do it another way.
Right, let's do it this way.
Feel good. Let's do it another way. That didn't feel good. And so like, you have to communicate what feels good, what doesn't feel good. You know, I hear girls say, "Oh, the guy was licking my cootie like a cat." To allow him to do that, like, but I'm not going no more than 2 minutes with no cat licking before I'm like, okay, stop.
So it's done.
So there is. Yes, men don't know, and they're horrible at anatomy. And
some men, we're not gonna say all. Some men really don't know. You know, but the thing is, do you get tired of telling people? I feel like during sex, sometimes, like I just want to have sex. I don't want to have to keep telling you what to do, how to do it. But I guess if you don't, it'll never happen.
Right, and I mean, you know, I wouldn't want you to be doing that for like months and months and months at a time. But you know, we expect, like, I don't know who expects mind-blowing sex on the first time, but like, I don't really. And like, if I care about the person and like want it to work, it's going to be a progressive thing. I might talk about it the first time, the second time, like, you know, teaching what you like, talking about what you like without taboos. What are your kinks? What do you know? What are you into? What are you not into? And like, just having conversations. I feel like we could talk about sex on this show. We could talk about sex with our friends. Right. And I know maybe I'll talk for myself. For a long time, it was so difficult to talk to a partner about what I wanted. Right. It's like maturity. It was like, you didn't want to hurt their feelings. You know, you didn't want to introduce toys because they might be like insecure about it. They might think you're a freak, weird, whatever. And it's like, I'm too grown. Honestly, we're too grown to have bad sex. And like, no sex is better than bad sex. That's my theory.
Seriously, you might as well be with yourself. He had to tell me how much. So, okay, so Kamoy's saying that somebody actually helped her, because I remember I had Desi on the show, right? And I had asked him about, do men, like, you know how me and you would talk? And, yo, Shanice, if you do it this way, you might come. Shanice, if you do da-da-da-da. Men, he said, don't do that. So men don't know what they're doing, I guess, unless a woman has showed them or you are helping them. Right? But I cannot give somebody directions for a year. You know what I mean? I feel like sometimes you would really like somebody, y'all vibing, da-da-da-da. Wait, first of all, do you think that you can tell if a person is good in bed by their like make-out session?
No, it's not a good indicator, because there are people who could kiss who can't, you know, they need some serious help. I feel though that you can tell the like chemistry, like the eventual chemistry. So I don't know if it's going to be great the first time, but I feel like there's something about a really good kiss that, like, one of those that make your stomach at the bottom like catch a little fire, like you're like, oh, okay, we kind of
the butterflies.
We might be able to do a little something,
right?
You know? Like but I'm not sure if it's a clear indicator the sex will be great or good the first time, but I feel like it's a good sign of chemistry, like that you could figure it out, make it work.
Okay, so everybody's saying no. So some of y'all had good makeout sessions, and then when it was time to get down to the dirty, it was just trash. But I feel like when you make out with somebody and the makeout is trash, the second part might not be as good either.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to think. You know what's crazy? I will say this, and this is probably, y'all gonna judge me, but I feel like the worst sex is probably the sex where we didn't kiss that much.
So you like to be more intimate?
No. What I'm saying is, it was cases where we weren't intimate enough, like we weren't making out. You know, you just kind of
Yeah,
went
you
to the
wasn't like
action.
there wasn't like that passion.
Yeah. And so
Passion.
that's
Most people want passion.
right.
If I'm dating you and I like you, I want passion. If maybe I meet you at the store or something, we're about to go fuck. No, like I don't want to kiss you. Let's just do it, kind of
Right.
thing.
Right.
Okay, I told. Do you guys
But
agree with
I don't
that?
like those experiences. Like I said, they've notoriously been the worst. They never get better because again, it's missing that like intimacy, that passion. And I'm also not as interested, not as moisturized. Like it's just a
Right.
recipe for
It's not the
disaster.
same. My
Yeah.
cat ain't the same. Right. I
Yeah.
know how it could get, and this ain't it.
Mm-mm.
Do
You
you
know,
think?
like not every not everybody got the best I got. It's the truth. Whatever. Who cares?
Right. That was their fault. Don't worry about it. Okay, so I know somebody, my friend at work, whatever. Oh, let me never say that. I have a homegirl, and she wanted to be with this guy. They was dating, da da da, and she wanted to take him serious, but she started offering threesomes. Like, do you think, like, is there, all right, so being freaky, being kinky, that's
Okay.
fine. Is there a
Let me
certain
say something.
time?
Let's talk about this. I actually really want to talk
Okay.
about this. Okay. A lot of us approach sex, and this is something I really want women to like remove themselves from.
Okay.
I want us to think about, what do we like, right? What do you like? How do you figure out what you like, right? Don't say no to things you didn't try and figure out if you like. But you can say no to things where you try and say, no, this is not for me. It's not based on the guy's perception of what's good. It's what do you want, right? Now, if a woman legitimately, deep down in her bones, is like, you know what? I want to bang a man and a woman tonight on the third date. And they're like, that gonna make me feel so good. Go for it.
Right.
But if your motivation is to make him feel better, to make, make ultimately
Him
make
like you
yourself
more.
feel better because you think he thinks you're freaky, or, it's a manipulative way of trying to get someone to like you, just kill it. So that's my thing. That's my thing about threesomes, and some things that I think about. Like me, okay. I'm too jealous for threesomes. So it's not gonna go. I'm never offering it. If you don't like that, I don't like that. That's your business. Let's move on.
That's it.
That's it. And then there's tons of other things that I really like that are on the kinky freaky scale, But like, so to me, that's what I think. So if your friend deep down is like, yo, a P word and a D is what I want tonight.
A P word.
I don't know who's on. I still gotta.
You said it 100 times already. Okay.
But if you're like, that's what I want tonight, and it's just awesome that he wants to do it too. If that's not the level of like vigor you have for it, forget it. Don't do it.
Don't do it. So do you think if you have a threesome within a week, whatever, I'm talking to this guy, we have a threesome. Do you think sometimes guys will take you less serious? Maybe you're just more for fun?
Do you want a guy who thinks he should take you less serious if you do a threesome in a week anyway? I guess is the question. Like, I have no interest in really trying to date a man who's misogynistic seriously. So who cares what you feel if that's what you feel after? But I guess if you really like a guy and he's all about that and you actually want to be with him, I don't know what to tell you because that sounds ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. I have another thing. I'm hearing the craziest stories.
Well, that's what you said when you had yours. Had what?
She's trying to be shady. Guys, I don't know if you have a question.
I didn't have a threesome, but whatever.
Is there a limit? Is there a time limit on when you should have sex with someone you're interested in? Is there a time limit?
Time limit. Meaning
like if I'm interested in you, should I wait? Do you think like there's a wait time? Like Steve Harvey book 90 days or 60 days, whatever it was called?
No. No, no. Any guy worth his weight in water wouldn't care.
Right. Yeah, I don't think so either because I feel like sometimes if it's a vibe and we
You was
do
doing
it,
it too, so should I be like, ooh, I'm not messing with no dude that wanna fuck me on the first date?
right.
Like, if it's only a rule for women, I'm not here for it. So
Right.
I can't even engage you with this question.
Is there anybody out there that had like sex on the first date and they're still like with their lovers or their partners? Or
Me.
have you ever? Me too.
I mean, me.
We.
I mean,
that's why you my girl.
You know, drink a little. You know, the tequila hits you. You'd be like, you know what? Let's just
right. Go. It was a vibe. It wasn't like hoish. It's just it worked.
Even if it was hoish, okay, that's what I wanted. So
right. Fuck it. That's my business. Has anybody out here ever had sex like on the first time you met somebody, or do you think no? I will never. They kind of messed me up. Thanks for your honesty. They kind of messed me up because they kind of just want to talk about sex and toys right now. So do anybody have any toys? What is your favorite toy? Like, what is your favorite toy?
I'm not bringing any down here. And to be frank, this is TMI. Never mind. I'm not saying that. But I never used to like penetrative toys. They always had to be like external. So whether it's like a vibrator or a cock ring or like, you know, things that are like outside, those finger things, massage, whatever. That's sort of changed a little bit, but it depends. I don't like penetrative toys that just like sit there. Like they need like movement, you know?
Okay.
But my favorite is still a good old regular clitoral vibrator. Like,
right.
To be honest, it does the trick most of the time.
What are you guys' favorite toys out there? Do y'all play with toys? Is toys something that we do? Is it something that we still like ashamed of? I have one and it just does the job. Like, I don't think I need another toy. Like, I have this one toy and that's Pinky, and me and Pinky is good. Like, that's
so
it.
I have quite a few, and my foray into more has been more recently. And like I mentioned earlier, I feel like I spent a lot of my younger time I was having sex, like really led by my perception of what everyone else thought like good sex was supposed to be. So I feel like, there was a point in my life where I'm like, I'm not giving head because girls who give head are not to be respected, you know, whatever.
Right.
And then there's a period where you're like, I'm not trying that because that's nasty, or these kind of girls. And I'm like, how am I making people who are not in the bedroom with me, who are not having experience with me, like legitimately impact how I'm acting with a partner in a private space? Like it was just kind of weird. And I was just like, I really want to figure out what I like, what am I into? I want to, I learn more about kinks and various things, BDSM, and like, what is it that I'm really into without needing to think about what anybody else thinks about what I'm going to do, right? So for me now, I'm in the point in my life where I'm like, there are things I don't like because I don't like them. Not because I heard someone say, on Twitter or in a conversation with my friends, that's what they don't like. What I don't like is what I don't like because I don't like it. What I like is what I like because I like it. And that's what, so I decided to try a ton of things. So now the toys that I keep around are like a cock ring, butt plugs, things to tie up a little bit, a penetrative toy or two, and a vibrator. Like those are like the things that I feel like keep things funky and fun.
Right.
And there are just some things I'm not that interested in, So it's okay. You cannot spit in my mouth, but for some people, spitting in the mouth is incredible. And no.
Do anybody like to get spit in the mouth? Like, do we like stuff like that? Oh, Keesa, do you have a light? They say you're looking kind of dark. It's okay. It's okay. Y'all got a lot of comments. So is there anything that are you guys interested in butt plugs, and is it like trial and error, like, hair products, like I buy this but I don't like it and I don't use it?
Yeah, you might try it and be like, you know what, that's not for me, and that's okay. But I feel like I want that's not for me to come from.
Someone said depending on the night,
right? Like, that's not for me, and not like, oh, that's not for me because the Bible said so, or that's not for me.
Right? No, yeah.
So, or that's not for me because when I talk to my friends, they be skidding up their face. Whatever, like, that's not where it should come from. It should come from it legitimately not being something you're interested in, and you're not gonna be interested in, like, you're not gonna like everything, like,
right?
So
I'm seeing that some people are saying yes, but, and some people saying no. How many people like penetration in the butt? I had met this girl one time, and that's all she wanted. She wanted to be fucked in the butt, and I was like, wow, like. She was just like, it feels better to me. And I ain't judge her because people like what they like. But that was like the first
don't yuck nobody's yum. Mind your business.
Right. Like that was just the first time I met somebody like that. And I was like, oh wow, like this is interesting. Okay, Kamoy, here's the thing. What's the thing, Kamoy? People like butt. It's okay. It's what you like. There's
and some men like butt too, but we're not even gonna go there. It doesn't make you gay if your girl puts your finger in your butt,
Right.
Like,
so does it make you gay if your girl?
You might like it. You might not like it. That's the thing. But
there is an orgasm in the butt,
Tiara. A lot of men don't try it because guess what? Society says it's gay.
I think a lot of men. I think a lot of men pretend they don't try it. I think there's some things that people do behind closed doors that they just won't say out loud. Like Jamaicans and giving head. Like Jamaicans give head.
You know how many? I had a Jamaican boyfriend who was like, I don't eat and
right. So some people saying that's gay. If a female touches a man's ass, why is that gay? Is that because you think they let a man do it?
Shanice, nobody's going to have a reasonable, rational reason why it's
no,
gay.
They said it's gay. I just wanted to know, why do they think that?
Is gay? I did not know gayness was an action. Like, meaning like, it's like a light switch. Like, okay, if you touch this body part, it's gay. But if you don't touch this body part, it's not.
I like that.
If a guy moan, it's gay. If he don't moan, it's gay. Last week it was moaning. Now it's cool to moan, and now dudes want to moan. So I'm gonna wait 15 years. It's gonna be cool. Same way eating ass wasn't popular. Eating coochie, sucking dick. Everybody was pretending they wasn't doing it like 10 years ago. So 15 years from now, men will be okay with saying, you know what? I let my wife touch my booty. I like it. It's awesome. It's gonna move the needle, because I remember when eating ass, nobody would publicly talk about eating somebody's ass.
Right. Yeah. Like, wait, what'd you say? You don't want what?
Who, me?
Yeah. What was that last part you said?
No. I said there was a time when people didn't publicly talk about eating ass. And now
it's popular.
It's popular. It's cool. I mean, there are also people who are like, it's not for me, aka me. But like but it's more talked about, and people aren't as, it's not as taboo. There's no stigma really around it. If you eat it, like from top to the bottom, people are like, oh, you nasty. People are into it now. Whereas last time would be like, you nasty. Like the tone would be completely different.
I'm not gonna lie. One time I was with a guy and we was like making out, and he kept pushing me down to like suck on his nipples, and I just thought, maybe I was younger, I don't know, but I just thought that was the weirdest thing. Like,
oh my gosh. So nipples, okay, that is actually a major key. If a guy is not weird about it, homophobic about it. But like, there is a lot of nerve endings in nipples and male nipples. So it actually feels good, especially if you squeeze it while something really good is happening, like at the peak of the head giving, or like when he's about to, like, it feels really good. So like, there's nothing wrong with biting it, sucking it, squeezing it, like, but if a man's like, no, like, I mean, fine, I guess no, his boundaries no, but like, it's,
I don't think anything is wrong with it, but it wasn't that far yet. Like, it was like the beginning. Like, there was no peak. There was no nothing. And he just like suck my nipples. Like, and I'm like, can you let me do that by myself? Or like,
but I like that communication. He talked, he
True.
told you exactly what he wanted
True.
to make himself feel good.
True.
I respect it.
I was a little younger, but it was just very weird to me. So maybe maturity also, you know what I mean? Like, and maybe because I ain't like him like that, so I'm like, I'm not sucking your nipples. Like, get the fuck out. My nipple. He's like,
see,
suck
that's the
my
whole
nipples.
chemistry thing, right? That's what I was talking about earlier. When there's chemistry, even if it's not that good, let's say, you be more willing to try some things because you're like, you know what, I really kind of like you, and you'd be like, ooh, maybe he's the one I try sucking toes with. Maybe I like it,
Right.
maybe I don't like it. But you're more willing to like try those kinds of things. I feel like when you're not that into it, you'd be like, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I want to do that. And I feel like if I feel that way about a guy, it's likely time for me to put on my clothes and go.
Right.
Because like I don't want to feel that way about somebody.
True. And I feel like most things that women find pleasure in, men do too. Like toes, nipples, ass sometimes, you know what I mean? Like neck, like it's all the same thing. We just don't have a penis. Like that part is different, but most things women like, a man will like also. And I think that's what people should understand, that it's the same body parts, the same connections, it's the same.
But hear me out. So the reason why though things like putting a finger in your butt and all these things are it's homophobia, right? You don't, and it's very much perpetuated by women too, because if a guy fears that a woman will tell his friends or other people that he did that, so it's not about the action. If you feel safe, if you feel like a lot of trust, there's likely that's going to happen. But if trust isn't there and you don't feel safe, they're not going to do that, because the fear of even being called gay or a woman outing you, you know, oh, blah, 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 you did this and I stick my finger in your butt, nigga. You know, like.
Yeah, but that's right.
That, you know, that's the fear. It's like, it's very much rooted in homophobia. And we think as women, you know, we're not really like homophobic.
Fungus is among us.
But like, women are so homophobic.
Right. Khadijah, who's into everything, talking about fungus is among us. So Khadijah, you don't lick toes, or do you like your toes to get licked? Like, because if you like your toes getting licked and you do all this butt stuff, you can lick a toes, sis. Like, it's okay. Like, it's the same body part.
I've tried it and it's not for me. So licking toes is not for me either.
Yeah, if you don't like it, yeah, but do you like to get your toes licked?
Yeah, it's good for me if it's not a like deal, it's not like a must have. So if I meet a guy who likes to do it and will do it, I'm absolutely into it. But if I meet a guy who's not into it, it's not like a deal breaker. Like, there are certain things if a guy's not into it, like let's say a guy's like, I don't eat, I'm like, oh,
that's
time, you know, like, but there's, so that's not a deal breaker for me, but I like it, yes.
Okay. So guys, are there any deal breakers for y'all? Like, what's a deal breaker? Like, if a guy or girl don't do something, you just like, nah, I can't get with it. I think mine is, yeah, it'll probably be head too. Like, what? That's the main thing I need. And I need you to be good at it, because that's what I want right now. She has to have nice feet. That's from the new Jared. But do you have nice feet? See, a lot of men be wanting women to have things that they don't have. What happened? Like, you know, her nails got to be done. Her feet got to be done. Her makeup, and like, you got all your bumps on your face. Your feet is not cute. Your fingernails got dirt under them, but you want me to be perfect. Like, I don't understand that. Welcome, y'all. I just been talking. Welcome. We having girl talk. We chilling. We got our drinks. Mine is kind of empty. Whitney my feet is amazing. Okay, I'm just asking, because I feel like when we ask for people to be a certain way, we should be that way too. Like,
I believe that wholeheartedly.
We should have our stuff together too. If I want you to do this, I should be like that also.
And it starts with the basics, right? Like, people be like, I want love. I want somebody to love me. Do you love yourself? Like, you know,
that's a fact.
All of that. It starts with all of that.
That's where it starts at. A lot of people want love. A lot of people want to be in relationships, but your self-esteem is low, or like you're sad, or you don't love yourself. Like, nobody can love you if you don't love yourself. Like, how do I know how to love you? You don't know how to love yourself.
Right. You don't know what you want. Like, you know, like it all rounds itself out. Like, you need to know what you want. You need to know what you like. You need to know what you're passionate about. You need to know what you're, you know, what do you want to be when you grow old? Where do you want to live? You know, a lot of us don't know those things, and we get in these relationships, and that's why some of them don't work, right? Let's say, for instance, a guy's like, I want to live in the country in a farm, and you're like, I want to do whatever my partner wants, and you know you don't like no damn country, and now you in the country, mad, sad, oh, my life sucks, oh, and because you know, if you were standing in your power and saying, this is something I really like or I don't like, then you're able to be like, move around things that don't work for you. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people bend and break for partnership and for comfort. And I speak about this, I really talk about this because, you know, it would have been easy for me to stay in a relationship that wasn't working, having a child and like all that. But like, no, you have to be like, you know what? I actually want a partner who can do things. You know, this is what I want. I need X.
Right.
And so when I say standards are a thing, standards are self-love. Yes. Standards are saying, this is what I want for myself. This is what I expect for myself. This is what I can do for myself.
Right.
So therefore, anybody else come in needs to be able to do this too.
Right. Tiara said, truth, you got to set the tone for how someone treats you. So the story I was going to tell is that I know someone who, the guy that she was talking to went out with another girl, right? Till lunch, they went to Wendy's, had something to eat. Mm-hmm. And I'm not talking about her because this is whatever, but the situation in my head was crazy. She was so upset that he took her out to eat because they've been dating for they were talking for like a year, having sex, you know, all that. He has never bought her anything to eat.
Okay, but you took that, right?
Right, but then she was mad.
Boundaries. If your boundary is, I want a guy who will take me out to eat, and let's say you give him a month, no eating, 2 months, no eating, 3 months, who's the idiot? Right. He getting everything he want, and he don't gotta buy you a meal. Right. Why would I change that? Right. What incentive do I get to spend my money now when I'm getting everything I wanted anyway? That's true. And then you're like, no, he's an F boy. No, you're an F girl because you knew what you wanted. You didn't go for what you wanted, and now you complaining because you know you didn't want that. You don't really want a meal. You did a whole year without one. That's a made up. You wasn't hungry. You did a whole year without a meal. You didn't want no meal.
Guys, they say Wendy's, it was just like a lunch break. You know how you go get something fast. It wasn't that crazy. Like, oh, we're going, you know, let's just go get something to eat. And they came back with Wendy's, and she was mad. I'm like,
if she wanted a meal, she would have made him make sure he gave her
a meal,
or she would have moved around. She didn't want a meal. So now she's fronting like she wanted a meal. You did a whole year without a meal, girl. You did not want a meal. So that's all I can say about that.
It's not funny because she may be on, but to me it was just so crazy because I'm just like, I've never, you know, like some situations I've never been in and will not be in, and that one was just
but like. But we've all been there, right? That's the whole self-esteem thing. When you don't have a lot of self-esteem, it's on the floor. You allow people to decide how it, and I've been there. Maybe we've not all been there. Some of you are way better than I have been. We've all been there, bending and breaking ourselves, shifting, then sitting in a corner complaining to your homegirl about why this thing didn't work. And you never stop and be like, you know what? I said I wanted a guy who has a college degree, and this little idiot boy come around for 3 months, you know, and I didn't, I left my standard on the floor because now it's like, oh, but maybe this, you know, you start to make all these excuses for the behavior. Shifting what you know you want, you're like, oh, I don't know. But when you really know what you want instead of fearing what you want, that's why I respect any friend of mine who may be single for a really long time, and they your time will come because you are being intentional about what it is you want, right? And when you move with intention, things will come to you in the way you want them. So I'm just like, I'm not about, I don't like. Having been in that place, this is why I talk this way, is like, I want women to operate from a space, even as parents, where you're doing things where you center what you need, because
Right.
that way you don't get resentful of people who don't do those things. You know how to deal with other people. You know
Right.
when to say no. You know when to say yes. You know, you
Right.
approach life a very different way when you know what you want. You approach
Yes.
sex differently. You
Yes.
approach relationships differently. You
Uh-huh.
approach friendships differently. Career, your jobs, right? You
Everything.
just
Know what you
everything
want.
different when
Set
you
your
know
boundaries.
yourself